everyone. So this is me sort of, well, I've escaped to the woods. Then that way I don't have to be too self-conscious about talking to you and sort of saying what I'm up to. And yeah, still early days, it's only week 2, so I'm just getting used to this whole thing. But yeah, just finished week 2, which was good. It feels good, at least. Lots of positives that have come from it, and lots of things I've learned along the way, even though we've only done 2 weeks so far. Not gonna lie though, there's still aspects that are quite challenging, like physically putting yourself through it. So where I've had to there's a couple of things. Like, main focus is I've had loads of injuries and I've worn myself out and run myself sort of down, so that I've then got ill and fatigued and had injuries and things. So my main focus this time was to make sure that didn't happen again. So the main thing I wanted to do was, above all else, is make sure I'm getting in a decent amount of sleep. So I've watched some TED Talks and interviews with different people commenting on what's the right thing to do, and across all of them and some of the studies and references they were making, it talked heavily about yes, quality of sleep, so keeping cool. One of them was about the hour, a few of the points were about the hours of sleep, although that sort of seems to vary based on where you're getting your source material from, where it originated from, but still, a good amount of sleep. But the other one was actually, it's not so much when you go to sleep, it's when you wake up and getting that, I think it's called circadian rhythm, is what I was reading. So I'm making it so that every morning I get up at 5:30. So I'm aiming to sleep between 10:30 till 5:30, trying to get 7 hours, but definitely more than 6, but about 7, wherever possible. But then the counter bit to that is that depending on, once I've finished work, done the boys' tea, spent some time with the kids, done their bedtimes, and then tidied up, dishwasher, washing machine, taking the dog for a walk, and got bits ready for the next day for school and stuff like that for the kids and for work, if I've got I might have work I need to do, but then heading down to the gym and making sure I can smash out a workout. So doing the actual workout is obviously amazing, I love it, but it is sometimes just you're a bit tired, and I've made sure that I've been fighting back that mindset of I'm really tired, maybe I'll just do a bit of cardio and push this back to tomorrow. But I've definitely this week been approaching a couple of things really. The idea of just saying to myself, no, I'm not tired, I get to work out. I'm not really that tired, I've been far more tired before than this. And just that little mind change and saying it out loud a couple of times just makes me go everything is figure outable if you just change your mindset. So it's actually been quite good and really helpful. So I've always managed to get down there, but sometimes I'm a bit tired. That's okay. The other thing is to sort of add to that note is the fact that regardless of how tired you are on the mindset, it's just making sure you sort of show up. And I keep saying this, I've said this for a while, but there's a couple of things that other people have said that I love as a catchphrase, like, hey, everything is figure outable. The other one is, and this is definitely something I really live by as well, is that you can figure everything out, you can figure anything out if you put your mind to it. There's always a solution of some kind. The other one is practice never makes perfect. Now I keep putting things off and procrastinating because I'm trying to perfect something before I even get started, but actually the main thing is practice will never make perfect, but practice will make you get better. So it makes far more sense to just show up. So if you want to do something, so if you want to start something, you've always got to start somewhere. Everyone did. No matter how good they are, they started somewhere. So if you're going to start something, you got to start somewhere. So you might as well just start right now, whatever that looks like. Oh, I'm sort of lost. Come to like a multi-directional crossing. Well, I'm just going to follow my gut, go that way. So yeah, so that's it. And then, you know, with that as well, what was also nice was this week. Like the first week was definitely sort of like I spent a few weeks sort of like trying different exercises, seeing how I could mesh them together and link them up and put supersets to make it fit in terms of my home gym, like what I can switch from one exercise to the other without having to rearrange and reset up everything in between sets or supersets. I just wanted to be time efficient, so I spent a few weeks testing out different routines, what felt good, what didn't, what worked, what didn't. And then week 1 was properly trying that, so there was a couple of things that I thought, oh, maybe we could do that a bit different, or but instead of like going backwards and changing things, I was like, no, let's stick with it like we originally planned and just see what sort of outcome we get. So I did that, and then from that, this week, for instance, I did the I did twice as much in terms of like volume and weight with my legs. So leg day was amazing. Again, all of them I was getting sort of like personal bests, moving things, and it's definitely the type of exercise where I've switched from using Smith machines for doing squats and bench presses and bent over rows and things like that. There's definitely something with the range of motion that just didn't quite suit my body and never has. So even though I've always done them and I've had lots of injuries in the past, I think that might be the reason. And part of it is sort of like being told so much, oh, Smith machines are great because if you haven't got someone with you or a spotter, this is a really good safe way of doing it. It just doesn't sort of quite fit my body's movement or shape. So this time doing jammer arms, landmines, that range of motion just really sort of fits well. I've not had any twinges or anything, so everything's just sort of felt good. I've been able to push myself a bit harder than I have done before. So yeah, just all in all, it's been really good on that sense. But I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is something just obviously changed this week as well. Like before, it was a real conscious effort of like, right, I need to make sure that I'm working out at this time, and I need to make sure I go to the gym and I go downstairs and do this. Whereas this week, there was like a complete flip. It was a case of, oh no, I can't do that because I'm working out. Or no, I can't do that because I need to fit my gym in. Or I can't do that because that's not going to fit in around working out. I'd already had that mindset of like an identity change. Like, no, I work out, I go to the gym. This is my gym time, so I can't do that because I already have commitments to this. It was just a very weird and very quickly, so I didn't think it would come around that quick. Now, whether that stays is a different question, probably the next task, but it felt really nice. And I'm now coming into week 3, and I've already got that mindset of, no, this is my identity, I'm working out. Like, I've got plans tonight with my wife, which I can't wait for. We're going to chill out and watch a film and have a couple of cold Corona Zeros, but it's very much right, we'll do this, we'll do that. Yeah, I've got to work first, so I've got an hour down the gym, and then we'll sit down and watch a little bit of a film, probably The Matrix. Haven't watched that in ages. I love that film. But yeah, it's just nice knowing that I've got sort of this momentum and frame of mind and sort of identity alignment already sort of kicking in. And I've told my wife exactly, you know, what I want to do, what I'm aiming for. So she and the kids are like on board and supportive of that. So there's no questions. It's like, even she mentioned the other day, oh, what time do you think we'll do that after your workout? And it's like, it's just nice having that bit of reassurance. So if you've got something, I think a really big thing that's underrated in terms of its importance and who to lean on and how to help you when motivation does run out, or you do feel so tired that it's running thin, that you just lean on your friends and family for support and just say, look, this is what I'm going for. this is what I really want to do. You know, if it's all right just to bear that in mind. You know, I'm only week 2, although today's officially week 3. So today is going to be chest day later on tonight. But yeah, just getting that support from everyone. Anyway, I'm sort of waffling on. I'm trying to get a bit of cardio in before I go back to work. This is my lunch break, and I just wanted to make sure I get 30-40 minutes in, because I won't be I won't be walking the dog tonight. Laura's going to take the dog out for a walk today. Yeah, so I'm going to head back to work, grab a coffee. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so this will be my last coffee for today, because obviously I want to get decent sleep without caffeine being in the system. So I'll cut it off by 2 p.m. But I'll yeah, I'm going to try and this week, if I can, fit in some of my, like, maybe put in some sort of like posts across my other sites, like get some shorts out, like I used to back in the day, ages ago, about a year ago. I sort of tried to get this started, a little bit under prepared and under scheduled, if that's the word, and just couldn't really commit or get anything in line. I used to do little motivational, like, oh look, this is what I'm trying to do, videos out there. So I think I'm going to try and kickstart them more in alignment with this. So this is, you know, this is my blueprint to bodybuilding. So this is the marvelous blueprint of bodybuilding, specifically for me anyway. And if anyone wants to come along for the journey, please do. If you want to try it, I'll try and get, you know, details of what I'm doing. But this is me in my home gym. I've turned 40 now, and I would love to get onto a stage by the time I'm 45. So that's what I'm going to do. Come rain or shine, whatever I can get to by the time I'm 45, hopefully sooner. But I'm going to go and stand on that stage because I've said I want to, and I'm going to. It's kind of like one of those bucket list type things, like, why not? I don't want to lay on a bed at the end of time saying I wish I did that, but I didn't because I was too afraid of what someone else might think, or someone else might do it better. Who cares? I'm going to do it my way. So see you next week. Hopefully a few check-ins in the week, but hope you all have great workouts. This is me signing off for week 2, about to start week 3 today.